Alrighty, good morning, guys. Sorry I've not been posting anything. I did post a short, but the weather's just been terrible. This area up here is actually, they got a little less than we did. I actually live south of here, 20 miles, and we got a lot more snow and stuff they did here, but the ground was covered here. And so anyway, just the weather's has been terrible. I mean, we'd had some single digit temperatures and stuff, so I just I've been honestly keeping my butt in where it's warm. But anyway, our plans today is to finish getting these brush piles burned up. We started them on last night, and they burnt down real well. These come out of a fence row right down through here, and I stacked them up, I believe, last year. So there's 4 more that we got to burn over by that tree line going down that way. Those were stacked up a year before that. So anyway, as I mentioned in the short and in my Instagram post, there's a pond on the other side of those trees that's got a leak, and we're gonna have to try to dig down and figure out where that is. So anyway, well, let's get her fired up and see if we can't restack some brush. Of course, typical fashion this morning, go out, fire the cab over up, checking my tires, had a flat on the trailer. So anyway, those are Dayton style wheels, so they're tube tires, and I had to air them up. Luckily, the tube had not spun inside the tire, which tells me that that tire finally leaked down while it was setting. So I was able to air it up. Hopefully it's a small leak. We'll see, but it got me here and it's still got air in it, so it's a good thing. But after I loaded the excavator up, I noticed that let me get down here. Notice I've got a leaking roller there, and that one's leaking good right there. So a couple rollers in the future. It's still leaking, so it's still got oil in it, so I'm gonna run it a while. But anyway, I got to get some teeth changed badly. Gotta get some teeth changed real badly. Lots to do, no time or weather to do it. So all right, let's get going. All righty, guys. Let's see if we can next month. We're going. Me and the wifey's going. Spend the entire time there. I've been in contact with Kobelco, and we're still good to go with an interview at the Kobelco booth. So we'll be good to go there. Kind enough to do the interview, and we will we'll discuss their current product line. We'll discuss the future product line. Like I said, Kobelco's a smaller excavating company, or not excavating, but excavator company. They're smaller in the U.S., although I did see a stat the other day that Kobelco's rated in the top 5 excavators. The one stat that I read as far as durability, reliability, and I think they're number 3, I believe, if I remember correctly. So I've mentioned this before. You know, like this is a 2017, and it's called a Dash 9. It doesn't have the bells and whistles on in the cab like some of the other manufacturers do, but I'm telling you, quality and durability of the machine itself. I've had a CAT excavator. I almost bought a Kobelco excavator, and as far as the thickness of the metal used in the boom and the bracketry that holds the cylinders and stuff on, that, you know, all the pin bosses and stuff like that are far thicker and heavier than CAT Komatsu. The only downside to this particular model, this Dash 9, is the body, the side panels and stuff like that are tinny, so they're easy to dent. But my understanding is that the newer models, they have since fixed that, because that was a complaint I've read from customers. So, but as far as, you know, even the hard lines, I broke a hard line on this, caught it on a hedge tree, and I think, when was that? A year and a half or so ago. You can go back and watch the videos. Caught it on as a hard line on the other side of the boom. Caught it on a hedge tree that had been cut off. Actually broke the hard line. I broke the hard line and dumped all the oil out. And at what, 3,500 PSI? It didn't take long out of a 1-inch line at the thickness of that metal tubing. Because that metal, those metal hard lines, they're like a 1/4 inch thick walling, or almost that much. It was crazy. He cut the bent portion out, squared the ends, re-welded it, tigged it, and it's held great. It's held great. But again, you look at the dog bone on this, the links that hold the that connects the dog bone to the boom, all that's 3/4 and 1 inch. It's all braced with gussets, and I mean, just super heavy build. So just super heavy build. Telling the owner yesterday how much quicker these piles here burn up versus the ones that we're going to be going to south of here in a little bit. Alrighty guys, well, we're moved on. These are some of the bigger piles I was telling you about that were further to the south. These were all stacked, were all actually pushed out 2 years ago and stacked. I stacked them with a loader. I mean, as you can see how well the loader does too. These were all big trees, oak trees, and these were logged. These were all logged out. So that's why you'll see like that one there is all had log cut out of it. So, but you know, I've preached and I preached about, you know, if you know what you're doing, the loader is an amazing machine, especially for tree work. But I mean, just hardly any dirt at all in here, and so again, as I'd said, you can't quite get them as tight, but probably not going to get much burn up on these stumps, unfortunately. Trying to get some of the dirt out of them to maybe help, but stack over here in front of me. I don't foresee those stumps burning up much more. There's still quite a bit of little stuff in here. Yeah. Get some heat going in this. I can move stuff over as it gets going again. I'm on the downwind side, and I hate being on the downhill side because you get embers coming in on you. If you're not careful, you'll catch yourself on fire. shifting back and forth. Well, all right, guys, done for today. We came back up here around where this pond's at. We now have these going. I restacked that one, got that one stacked up, and it's going good. It's the pond that has a leak in it. And then all of the other bush piles are down that way, down past that tree line way back there. So, but anyway, they're up and they're going good. Had a few that we had to work on to get started, but everything's going. Everything's looking good. So I'm going to leave the 210 here. I may try to finish up a driveway tomorrow and let these kind of cook a little bit, and then try to come back, bring the loader back, and see what we can do. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave comments, ring that notification bell, and that way you know when I post new videos. Also, follow me on Instagram. There'll be a bunch of pictures on there, and that's at DirtDaddy953. As a reminder, the ConExpo in Las Vegas, and that's March 14th to the 18th. We're going to be there, and still on par to do an interview with Kobelco, again about the product line and what the future holds there for the company. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get on out, and we'll probably see you tomorrow.